There we go. I gotta turn the radio off. I want to get DMC. Oh, that seat is cold. There we go. Okay, we're gonna go out the far trail in the scratch gravels and just do the loop around the lower mountain as a little recovery run. What do you think? I thought about doing our normal, I even told you guys we were probably going to do our normal little recovery run loop, but I really just don't feel like putting the waist leash on, and running on the streets with her. Yeah. So we're gonna go do scratch gravels instead. I mean, it would have been nice just to walk out the door and go for a run, but I don't know. It just seems like a lot of work. It seems like even though we're gonna have to drive for 10 minutes or whatever it is, it feels like it would have been. It feels like a lot of work to have to. Well, I would have had to run out here to the vehicle because I don't have a coat that I can run in. I mean, I probably could have put enough layers on and been fine. Because it's not too bad. It's 39 degrees. It feels warmer, and it's going to get warmer. But where are we going to run? We're going to run up here in the scratch gravels. It's a small mountain range right adjacent to Helena, Montana. I probably should let everybody know that we are currently driving to the trailhead. Cardio in the landscape is the best thing, yeah. There's actually a really cool, I better put that on there just for the YouTube people more than anything. The loop that we do is actually a really nice loop. Oh, they do have detour signs up here now to get to the, see, ladies running. Could have been out here flirting with the lady. Well, she would have been flirting with the ladies. I wouldn't have been. It's a really nice loop, though, that we used to do all the time. That it's not as nice now. Like when I first started doing it, a lot of it is what we call the rail trail, is an old railroad bed. And so you would be following the base of the Mount Helena right here, and you'd be on a sidewalk for most of that. And then you'd be on a little bit of gravel road, and then you'd have to drop down on streets to cross the U.S. highway. Then once you got on the other side of the U.S. highway, then you'd be hopping on that rail trail. And it was just crushed gravel, nice little trail. And then we come back on it and then enter the park. And then basically it'd be sidewalks going back up into the downtown area. But they paved most of it. So now it's like 90% asphalt. So it's not as enjoyable anymore. It's still a nice route. It's like 6.5 miles, depending on what you do. But it's about 6.5 miles. But I just didn't feel like doing that today. I'm tired too. I've been up since 3:30. She woke me up to go to the bathroom, which makes sense because she didn't go to the she did her bedtime potties pretty early last night. But have I climbed Granite Peak? I have not yet. It's about, I think it's 23 miles round trip. Like you can easily do it in 6-7 hours. I know some of my friends that have, if you're running, it's 6-7 hours to do it round trip. have several friends that have done it, but most people do it in like 2 or 3 days. They'll get up onto the, what is that called? The first flat that you get onto, and they'll camp up there for the night, and then either go to the top and then go all the way back to the trailhead, or they'll go to the top and just come right back down to there, camp another night, and then go the rest of the way. But for the longest time, Granite Peak, it worried me because there, you know, people talked about the scrambling you have to do on it, because it's like number 1, number 2 of like hardest peaks to climb, tallest peaks in the lower 48 to climb, I guess I should stipulate. But the more I've talked to other people, they're like, it's class 4 scrambling at the most. And I'm like, I could do class 4. She wouldn't be able to, though, and that's why, like, I haven't done it. Is because I'd have to drop her off with someone for a couple days, because from here it's, what would it be, about a 5-hour drive for me to get to the trailhead. See if I can get it into my schedule today or this year, I'll do it. But it wouldn't be until August that I would be able to do it this year. I mean, you can't even climb it until July, so you really only have like a 2-month window to be able to climb that peak, because there's just too much snow. The snow stays around usually until late June to make it accessible, and then the snow starts flying again in September usually. So it's like you get a 2-month window, July and August, and I'm always busy in July. Have I climbed McKinley? No, I haven't. For me, it's like, I don't know. I mean, now that you have to, like, it's like a lottery system to get a permit, and because my schedule is so busy, I can't ever be like, oh, I can try to get a permit on such and such day, because I don't know if I'm going to be free on that day. And that one, you can easily do in like 6-7 hours as well. The only tallest mountain peaks I've done in the U.S. are, I've done Kings Peak in Utah, Mount Elbert in Colorado, which is really super easy. I've done Sunflower in wherever that's at, Kansas or whatever, but that's like a 50-foot walk from the parking lot to the top of the peak. I've done Arizona, Mount Humphreys. I've done the tallest point in Nevada, but that's not the tallest peak in Nevada, if that makes any sense. So the tallest peak is the one over in the Great Basin National Park. The tallest point is actually a minor summit on the California-Nevada border, just outside of like Mammoth, California. And that's the tallest point in Nevada, but because it doesn't have enough prominence and it's just like a minor summit to a bigger mountain on the border there, that it doesn't count as the tallest peak in Nevada. So I've done the tallest point, just not the tallest peak. Washington and in New Hampshire. I've done the one in Vermont. I don't remember what it's called. I've done quite a few of them back east, actually, because they're like easy things to hit. Height does not always mean difficulty. No, it doesn't. Like McKinley is actually listed as one of the easiest ones to do because it's you know, the trail system up there is so established and everything, where, you know, like doing Granite Peak here in Montana, there's no trail. It's you're off trail. There's trail up past the lake, but from there you're off trail the whole rest of the way. Like you can kind of see there's a trail that just because people do it, but it's not like a maintained, established trail. Oh, I am so sorry, sweet girl. I know, she's like, what the hell, man? For those of you that don't know, I just farted and it is rancid. Oh my goodness. My tummy has not been doing so well today, which is why I haven't gotten out here yet, because my tummy was iffy. It's like, I don't know what I ate, but whatever it was, it is not agreeing with me. I'm so sorry, sweet girl. I know. We're almost there. We got about, maybe 3 miles? Probably, yeah, probably about 3. I was going to say probably not even that, but you're a lover of nature, mountains like you? Yeah, I love nature. Yeah, I live in a state with a lot of nature, and I travel a lot. I mean, here the last few years, I've been lucky if I've been here back home in Montana for like a month and a half out of every year. Just because my job takes me everywhere else, but that's the nice thing about my job is I'm still in nature. You know, I spend pretty much all of July in Colorado, up in the mountains, and then, you know, when I'm down in Arizona, I'm out in nature doing, you know, the same thing. Spend quite a bit of time in Utah, quite a bit of time in the nicer parts of California. Either in the Sierra or, like here in 2 weeks, I'll be in Lake Sonoma. They got really nice trails there. It's a nice area. And then, you know, I usually spend about a month in like the New Hampshire area over here. Recovery run. You gotta remember that. She's gonna try and convince me that we need to climb to the top, which is not a lot. Like, we might get maybe 600 feet of vert to get to the top of that. So it's not like, it's nothing, really. But we got like 2,000 feet of vert yesterday on our little 6.5 mile run that we did, and my legs can feel it. And then tomorrow, if the weather holds out, we're gonna go back in the wilderness backcountry, so I won't be able to stream. But we're miles when you were young, so she couldn't go that far. I think we turned around at like the 5 mile mark, because I think 10 miles was about her limit last time. And then the last time, only other time we've been out there, which was the last time, we were with friends who couldn't go that far. So we turned around almost, actually we didn't even make it up to the same point where we went the last time. I think we made it 4 miles in. But we can go all the way to the end this time, huh? Should be about 13 or 14 miles, I think, total. She's done Kings Peak with me, and we took a longer route to do that, and that ended up being about 28 miles. And then we did Cloud Peak in Wyoming last year, where I almost bled out when I slipped and fell, but luckily I keep my first aid kit on me all the time, so I was able to put a compressed bandage on it and get out of there. But that was 30 miles. Although, in retrospect, we would have been fine, or I would have been fine, because search and rescue was out there because a hiker disappeared a few days before that, and they were looking for him. So there was helicopters and people on the ground, everything out way back in there. So I would have been okay. In fact, one of them looked at me and was like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got a compressed bandage on it. Like, it'll stop bleeding soon." And this is after, like, we'd already came out like 3 miles, because we were still 10 miles back in there when that happened. He's like, "Well, just don't die on me from like blood loss or pass out for blood loss." It's like, "No, I'll be good." I was moving just fast enough that it didn't make it bleed more, but fast enough that I wouldn't bleed out. It's pretty much what I was doing. And I still have just a huge scar on the front of my leg now from that, because it was a big gash on my leg. Oh, of course, somebody just got here, and it looks like they're just leaving. So we'll give them a couple minutes. I don't know if they have a doggo or not, but I don't know what they're doing. No, it's just a solo. Well, that's a solo female, so we'll let her get a little head start on us. It's weird that she's out here. Like, why wouldn't she be over on the other side with the big mountain? Climb the mountain over there. Okay, I'm putting your bell on. Putting your bell on. Same size as your country. Yeah, we only have 1 million people here, but it's because it's all, well, it's all like public land and ranch land. So it's, big, like even the stuff that is private is very sparsely populated, because you're talking, these ranches that are like 1 million acres, Where is she? Which way is she going? Of course she's going to go the way we want to go, I think. So maybe we'll go the other way then. Oh, weirdo. She's from Helena, so she must know what she's doing. She's definitely got a day hiking pack on, like she's gonna come out here for a while. Oh no, she's going the other way. Okay, good. We're good. She's going the other way. She just hadn't made it to the turn yet. Hey, go ahead. Okay. It's hot enough out here, and I wore my long sleeve black shirt, so I think I'm good. I think I'll be good. I don't think I need a coat. don't think I need a coat. Hear the train, man, it's noisy. Drone out of the back. I don't need that. There you go. Travel light. When I have hardly anything in my vest, I have to cinch it like so tight. Like, this is actually a size too big, but when I had to buy a new one, I was doing a couple mandatory races where you have so much mandatory gear that in order to fit it all in, I had to get the size up. Because I normally wear a medium, and this is a large. And they hold the same amount of stuff, but when you stuff it full like that, trying to get it all to fit right doesn't work. So I don't need that on anymore. Oh, and I need to reset the distance. 13 kilometers to here. That's not as far as I thought it would be. Oh, I forgot to drink this. Oh man. It'll still be good. I guess I could put it in my fridge. How far has she made it? I don't even see her anymore. Here we go. I'm not gonna worry about sunglasses. The sun is still so low that when I'm going this direction, I wouldn't be able to see anything with sunglasses on anyways. And we're not going to be staring at the sun, but maybe a half mile, so it'll be fine. There we go. Change cameras. I don't know how much running we're actually gonna do, because I'm still technically not supposed to be running yet. We're still trying to recover from an injury, but I did run a bit yesterday, and I've been running a bit off and on all last week, and it feels pretty good. So I actually felt it more last night after I hit the gym than I did running earlier in the day. But like, I don't feel it at all right now, but we'll see. Because here's the tough part. You would think if I was running that my dog would get more running in, but that is not the case. She actually gets more running in if I'm walking. This is more about her than me this morning. Turd. Just a little turd of a butthead. So, very well. Oh. This is uphill for the first little bit here. And then we got downhill and then an uphill and then a rolly. Then we get to the base of this mountain right here that we're gonna run around. And it's just kind of a rolly trail around the base. I'm gonna climb that mountain but I have talked to a few people that say they go up there all the time, and I just don't know where. There's kind of a, I don't know, it's not really, I guess you could call it a ghost town up there. Old mining town called Runday that's up there, like right at the base of it. So there's probably some sort of old road or something that I would guess. But we'll go up there, figure it out, do some exploring. But it'll be a month before all that snow is gone. And I will be gone by then. I won't be back until, well, actually I'll be back, I think, for 2 or 3 weeks, the end of May. So maybe by then. But around that time, I'm gonna want to go get my first peaks in Bob Marshall Wilderness. Probably do Patrol Peak, or probably can't get to Dead Man. Probably have too much snow. But I bet I can get to the top of Patrol, which again will probably have a lot of snow, but usually the avalanche chute is so packed that you're just walking on top of the snow by then. Like here, or you're still able to, I guess. So it's not a big deal. And then the cliff that you climb up on the trail is usually not bad because it's so steep that not a lot of snow sticks there on that cirque, I guess you could call it. But, and that's really the only part of our state that is actually sitting at normal level of snowpack. Everywhere else around here is in like the 60 and 70%. I think my FKT down by Big Sky is going to be on the table this year. Last year it was pretty safe because they had so much snow that it didn't really, there was really only like a 3-week window anybody could have attempted it. And so then when the snow started flying again in early September, I was like, well, my FKT is secure for another year. But I want to go down there and actually try and lower it, because when I said it, I wasn't familiar with the route going up the mountain because it's all off trail. And now after doing it, I know the route, and I could easily drop 30 to 40 minutes off of my time. So I'd like to go back and do that. Oh, and I think even the run back, once you get off the mountain, you have about 10K back to the trailhead on a, I'd say, moderately technical trail. that is, I think you would lose about 1,000, maybe 1,500 feet of vert. So it's not like super steep downhill. It's just a nice, more rolly downhill, medium technical. There are some sections that are super icy, but hello, Andre. And when I set the FKT, I ended up getting a migraine right by the time I got down to the bottom of to get back on the trail, because that's when you get back onto the trail. Like climbing the mountain, you're all off trail. And I ended up getting a migraine, so my vision was pretty much non-existent for about 20-30 minutes. So I wasn't able to run that fast. And then like the pain just, the headache hit after that, and I wasn't able to run very fast. So even just that section alone right there, I could easily probably drop another 12, almost 15 minutes probably. So I think total I can almost drop an hour off that time if I can get up there and do it this year. So I think this is going to be the year to do it, because they haven't gotten much snow. So I think by probably middle July you can probably try and hit that again, although I'm not going to be free until August anyways. Oh man, my tummy is not happy this morning. I feel like if I try and run, I'm gonna poop myself. I don't have that feeling like I need to poop, but I have that feeling like if I take off running, I'm going to soil my trousers. And we were driving over here. I let out some gas. I'm pretty sure singed my dog's nose hairs. That was nasty. Something died inside me, I'm pretty sure. I think I started peeling the paint off of my van. Let's see if I have anything left in me after this one. Whew, man. This is downhill, so it's like, oh man, I should be running. Can't tell where Lady went. If she's up on the high trail, or she's doing the loop, or what. Because she could be doing the loop that we're doing in the opposite direction. Or going anywheres, really. Maybe she's gonna go to the top of the big mountain from way over here. It'd be easy to do. There's my doggo. Like right now, it just feels like gas moving its way through my tummy, but you never know. It is just gorgeous out here today. I didn't see what the temperature was, but I think it's warmer here. Definitely felt warmer with the sun. Oh, okay, my stomach's feeling a little crampy. That's not good. Now I'm like, should I turn around just in case I'm gonna have a bathroom emergency? Because I don't know as if I have anything in my back. I know I did, but somebody used it yesterday when we were out on our run. Oh, come on, tell me. Figure out what you want to do. Well, I can see the high trail, and I don't see anybody on it, although she could be past that point. Oh, man. Ow. It is making noise. It is angry. Oh, there's Western Meadowlark. I love Western Meadowlarks. Yeah, he's sitting over here on the fence post. That's how they were when I was growing up, because we didn't have any trees out where I grew up at. So they were either sitting on a fence post or sitting on a telephone pole or something like that. Why are we having network issues? Oh, there she is. I was like, why do I hear my dog off to the right hand side of us? I thought she was way in front of us. No, she's right there, digging a hole, it looks like. It's probably a little mouse or something. Your nose is all dirty. What are you doing? You got Nahri, come here. Look at your nose. Come here. Nahri, I want to show everybody your nose. Yeah, come here. Show everybody your nose. Okay. She's like, nah, I don't want to show everybody. Her nose is like so dirty. Oh, man, I'm tired. I don't know what it was. I like woke up at a little. It was like 3:40 something, so a little bit before 4, and then she heard me stir. So then she was like, "Oh, you're up. Can you take me outside to go to the bathroom?" And I was like, "Yes, absolutely, I can do that." And then we came back in, and I was like, you know what? Like, I was awake. I was like, there's no use me going back to bed. I'm not going to go to sleep. And here lately, I've been trying to get up at like 4:30 anyway. So it's like, might as well just get up. Tell I am tired. Like, there was almost a point where I did almost fall asleep. Like, I was about 7 or so. Right when I was getting ready to try and get out the door to go for a run, because the sun was just starting to come up. And that's of course when I was all of a sudden starting to get tired again. But that's when I started having the tummy issues. So then it was like, well, I'm not gonna sleep now, that's for sure. I didn't eat anything weird yesterday. I don't know the stuff that the flour and all that we make in the US is horrible on stomachs. It's kind of funny, like all these Europeans that come to the US and they eat, like a piece of bread and they're having stomach issues. And then like there's so many people that have so-called celiac disease and stuff in the US. And no, it's just how they process the flour, and then what's worse is all the preservatives and crap that they put in when they bake the bread or whatever to make it last longer. In the US is horrible for you. But as an American that spent a little over 4 months in Europe a couple years ago, I can tell you I ate a lot of bread over there and I had zero issues. In fact, all the food I ate over there was so much healthier. I lost so much weight over there without even trying, and just felt better. But even the so-called junk food that I had over there in Europe was healthier than our healthy food here. Whew, this uphill. It's getting me. My legs are tired after yesterday. Where's my doggo? This is the only time when we're going straight into the sun. Dog's over there on the side of the hill over there, doing what Vizslas do. Now she was just peeing, I guess. She's like, yes, I am European. I am Hungarian. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can at least take a trip, because there are certain regions in Europe that I never got to go to that I really want to do, and there's some that I want to go back to visit as well again, just because I didn't spend long enough time there and I really enjoyed it. But I need to figure out how to fly her over so she can go visit her homeland. Budapest was one of my favorite areas that I went to. That and Krakow, Poland. And then just south of Krakow is the Tatra Mountains. That's one of the areas I didn't get to go to. I didn't even know existed until I was on a train south of them in Slovakia. And then I was like, oh, what are those mountains? I didn't know those existed. And I looked them up. I was like, damn, I need to go back there. I also wanted to go see like Lithuania and Estonia and that whole region up there. Sweden, Finland, Norway. Didn't hit any of those either. Granted, I know for a fact it would be more expensive and harder traveling with her. Because when I went there a few years ago, it was before I got her. It was in between from when my last Hungarian Vizsla passed away and then before I got her. Because I got into UTMB and I knew I was gonna go over to Europe to train for a few months, so I didn't want to get another dog right away. And then after UTMB is where when I did a lot of my travel over there. Like I spent time and went to that. I hit so many places. Like I was never in a place more than 2 days. But it was easy because I was backpacking. I just had my backpack. And it was hop on a train and go to a new location and find a hostel somewhere. With her, it's a little more difficult. Doable, but difficult. Like, she wouldn't do well in a crate in the belly of the plane, you know, to fly over. It just wouldn't happen. So I had to figure out a way to hop on like a charter plane or something. There's some organization that just does flights into she doesn't like to stand still when I'm driving. Can't imagine what she'd do flying around. But I need to figure out what my life is going to be like in a year, because I may not even be in the US. Let's see. I love my job. I love what I do. But in order to justify what I do, I need to work doing it. And it takes a lot of time, and I can't spend a lot of time doing what I want to do. So, I don't know, I gotta figure it out. Oh, she found a deer leg, that's nice. I don't know where she finds all these things. But whatever. That's gonna be horrible on her tummy later. Okay. There's Helena way off in the distance over there. That's where we came from. I don't know. If I truly want to, because I just want to experience different cultures, and I don't even want to necessarily just move to, you know, like for years it was always a dream of mine just to move to Portugal. Because I love Portugal. But I think I would rather just go and like live somewhere for, you know, 3 to 6 months, and then go somewhere else and live for 3 to 6 months. But I don't know. In order to do that, I'm gonna have to sell my place here, and I'm gonna have to. She still got her leg. No, I think she buried her leg. She went off. Yeah, she did. She does this with her bones. Like every now and then I give her a marrow bone, and she'll do that when we're out, you know, just in the van for a couple weeks, and she'll go and bury the bone to get later. I'm pretty sure that's what she did there. She went, because I saw her take off to the side with that leg. I bet you that's what she did. So I have to go stash it somewhere so she can get it tomorrow. But I would have to like sell my place here. I'd have to sell most of my equipment, my business equipment. I guess I wouldn't really have to sell it. I could rent it out, get some money off of that. Well, not my place here. My place here I'd have to sell. There's no way about that. Which I want to do anyways. I just gotta do it. Oh. My dog went. I thought I'd see her going down the trail already over there across the way. Nope. Let's try and run and not poop herself. That was nice as it is this morning. I kind of want to just walk and enjoy. Ooh, the spider webs are out already. That tells you how warm it is. Spider webs are out. Ooh, it's actually nice here in the shade. That old voice stem. Ooh, that's nice. It's actually getting warm in that sun. Oh man. Thought about, so yesterday's run, we did the taller mountain out here, like I kept telling you guys I was gonna do. But because I had a couple friends with me, I didn't want to live stream. That always puts them in an awkward spot. Even though I would do my best, you know, that they weren't on stream or whatever, but then also it's like hard to have, you know, candid conversations with them, because then they get self-conscious. Like, I could care less. I'll have a conversation with somebody, and I don't care if you guys overhear it. You know, they get self-conscious or whatever, so it's like, so I didn't live stream yesterday. Now I could have live streamed at the gym last night. There was 0 people there. But I didn't have any of my stuff with me. So it's like, oh man, like I could just, you know, turn the stream on my phone and then just kind of like try and prop it up somehow. But I was like, oh, whatever. I'll just, plus then I don't have music and stuff like that. It is just dead quiet. And I complained to somebody who is part of the peeps that run the gym there. And I was like, why did they, like, the stupidest decision they made was to get rid of the radio that they had in there. So you at least had background noise. It is just dead quiet in there. And unless you have like headphones on, like if you took your headphones off and there's like multiple people there, ooh, there's a dead mouse. Hopefully my dog didn't do that. Looks like a bird or something. All you're hearing is all these grunts and awkward noises, you know, with dead quiet. Like it is awkward and like all that kind of stuff. It's like, and I know why they did. It's because they probably had a couple people complain because the music was too loud or whatever. And it's like, well, put your own damn headphones on. And it doesn't have to be loud. You just need some background noise in there. Like, have you ever gone to a gym where there's not any music or anything playing over the speakers? Like, or somebody was listening to music they didn't want to listen to. And it's like, well, like, I don't see how anybody can work out without like music or something going on, a podcast or whatever, you know, whether, so some people like podcasts, some people like music, but everybody has something. Nobody's in raw dogging it and the dead quiet. Like, I never wear earbuds or headphones when I'm out running on the trails, even when I'm not live streaming. But you got all the sounds of nature. I think it's nice. I love it. Oh, here comes another doggo. Here comes my doggo finally. Hi. Thank you. Didn't know anybody else would be out here. Sorry, she's such an instigator.
Yeah. Well, she wants to play, I know mine. So.
Yeah.
Darby.
Hi, come in. Yeah, you too. See, there we go. That was all Nahri's fault, so I have zero, what's the word, sympathy for her. She's the one that got all up in the other doggo's business there. My doggo didn't like it, so I was like, well, it's your own fault. You gotta learn personal space and boundaries. I had it was probably a year ago. She was actually probably more than a year ago, because she was less than a year old. Probably like 8 or 9 months old. And we were out here in this area, not on this trail, because this trail is brand new. We were out on one of the other trails here, and she was off leash. And this lady had her dog on leash, and she yelled in front of us, like from a ways away, "Not friendly!" And I'm like, well, I said she needs to learn, so she gets snapped at. That's her own fault. And the lady looked at me like, why would you say that about your dog? Like she's got to learn. Like, it's her own fault. It just flabbergasted her. Like, you know, that I wasn't concerned about my dog getting hurt or injured. And because of altercations like that, I decent job of reading the room. Like there, that I think there would have been no altercation, but that other dog was on a leash. And that always invokes a little bit of reaction because, you know, then they feel constricted and a little unsafe. And so when she was getting all up in dog's business, I think it was like, get away from me. I can't defend myself the way I would want to. I need you to back off. But it's also the sunny side of the mountain. I guess it's actually more that way. I mean, it's probably a mile away from here. Since I can see the actual other road that goes off over here on Head Lane. That tells me how we are not even close to being far enough back in here yet to get the trailhead. I mean, there's still houses way over here. There's one of the roads right there going off that direction. And the trailhead is way past that. That is way past that. Oh, this is such a cool trail though. My legs are loosened up though. Like I'd be willing to run for a little bit, but I seriously do think I would probably soil myself if I was to run. It's just got that feeling about it. Like I don't feel like I'm gonna have a bathroom emergency, but I feel like if I was to run and the up and down bouncing of my fat tummy would make things want to move. I don't have the crampy feeling anymore, which I know is just gas moving through because I mean, if I was to let one rip right now the way my gas is smelling, all these trees would be wilted. People would think somebody dropped a small bomb off here or something. Small explosion happened. Crater in the ground, all the trees singed. By the way, I am, you know, since everybody's doing it, and because of the fact that everybody's doing it is why I've been putting it off for so long, because I originally wanted to do this about 2 years ago, but I am going to start a podcast. Oh, somebody has a donkey. Listen to that jackass. Like literally. Called TMI. Basically, TMI. I think the name that was available was going to be like TMI Running is a DBA that I have for like a company subsidiary underneath me. So I'm gonna have a podcast, TMI Running Podcast. Of running. And I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna do my first episode, which will just be me. But I have to write a script and everything. But I have a couple thoughts on some options for first guess. It's gonna be both like running, all running, like whether you're a track person, woodpecker out, road person or trail person, you know, ultra, sub ultra, it don't matter. All are welcome. But it'll just be like we'll be talking like some serious stuff, but mostly like, you know, just funny stories out on the trails or out during a race or whatever it happens to be. And I was inspired by this because what's his name, Peter Siegel, I think. He was an avid runner. He used to do a lot of stuff with Running World. He quit all the stuff he did there and focused on like Wait, Don't Tell Me. He's the host of that. But he was telling a story. I think I've told you guys this before, but he was telling a story on one interview I heard with him about how, because he's bald, like he has no hair. And he's been that way for a long time, so he's just always like shaved his head because he was losing his hair, you know, in his early 20s. And he was running a marathon because that's all he does is like road races. He was running a marathon, and people kept yelling at him, "You're bald!" And like, so for many miles, the whole time he's just like, gosh dang, what the heck? Like, I know I'm bald, but that's kind of rude to yell at somebody. Like, what is up with these people? Well, then he crossed the finish line and his balls were hanging out the sides of his, because he wore these, you know, shorty split shorts, and his balls were hanging out. So they were yelling at him, "Your balls, not you're bald." You know, so it's just stories like that. You know, just funny things. Just to bring a little bit of humor, but also, you know, keep it serious, but not so serious, you know, type of stuff. I also wanted to like my whole idea was talk, you know, running news, you know, type of thing too, for the week with whoever the special guest is, you know, every week. But now there's so many that are doing that it's like just noise. I mean, you got freaking Free Trail now does weekly stuff, and Single Track does weekly news recaps, you know, and Free Trail Free Outside podcast does that now with Jeff and why can I not think of her name? Wow. Sound like somebody just yelled, "You!" Good morning, Raccoon. I am currently walking so that I do not soil my trousers or my shorts. I'm not wearing trousers. Soil my shorts because I feel if I run, I will have an accident. But I needed to get out here and loosen the legs up. So we are out here. Rest day for you, yeah. Yeah, this is my recovery day. So that's why I'm not like too concerned. It's just, you know, loosen the legs. I wanted to do like a slow jog, like 11, 12 minute miles, but she's getting her exercise. My legs are loosened up now. We've only gone, you know, almost 3 miles, almost to 5K. Cooking a turkey with some 7 mashed potatoes for lunch. Nice. I don't know what I'm gonna have for lunch. Probably soup. Bought a bunch of soup because my I can't get in to get my tooth fixed until the 8th, so another week and a half. So I'm eating foods that are easy to eat. Like, it's not bothering me too much, so it's not a big deal, but it's more just like the only time I feel it is if I, you know, temperature differences. So if I'm eating something and it's a hotter temperature or colder temperature, or drinking something that's hot or cold and it touches the tooth, then I feel it. But like right now, breathing in and out, I hardly feel it. But I think that's mostly because I learned how to breathe in and out without letting the air. Well, the air's not cold today. It's like super nice out. It is so gorgeous out here. I don't even have a coat on. Alice Mercer, that's it. Yeah, you are correct. Put on cookies. Wanted to gain some weight and it's hard to eat super healthy, so cookies it is. Yeah, I knew it was cold over there in your neck of the woods, but this will move over there too. But it's supposed to be mid-60s today. I mean, the temperature on my van said it was like 39 degrees when we got here, but there's no way it's 39 degrees. And that sun helps as well, make it feel warm. I mean, it easily feels mid-50s right now. So I just have a long sleeve on. Oh. Very much, yeah. Doggo. There's some private homes right here. Trailhead is up here a little bit further. It's not too much further. But we're at the other trailhead. We're not at this trailhead. I think my dog's giving up on me. She was kind of hanging back here with me, but I've been goofing off too much. I see her up there. She just doesn't have any concern for me. She's a long ways up there. That actually sounds good for lunch, would be to just, I don't know what you call it, maybe breakfast tacos maybe. Because I have some corn tortillas and like just scramble some eggs with a little bit of hot sauce or something and on a tortilla. Actually sounds good. I don't think I have any cheese or anything, but if I did, that would be good too. I've been on an egg kick here lately. Burritos from the league? No, I actually have not even had one yet. Because I'm never down in Bozeman. I do need to go down there this week though, so I could have one at lunch. I still have a free Chipotle burrito too that I haven't used yet. It is kind of funny when I go to different places now, and it's like I was with Gus Gibbs and who else was there? I don't remember if it was Zach Marianne or Dave Clayton or not Dave Layton. With somebody, and we were talking, and I was like, oh yeah, it's fine. She's more about the people, but she loves playing too, so she likes to match energy. But we were talking to somebody, and I don't remember what we were talking about. They knew who they were, but they didn't know who I was, and which makes sense. I mean, Gus was a ex-pro athlete, and I mean, he's still an elite athlete. He's just not sponsored pro anymore. And you know, Dave, breakfast burritos are good, yeah. Dave is on the, you know, as a videographer and producer of content. He well known, works on some pretty big projects and everything. And they introduced me, and I made the comment, I was like, I'm kind of a big deal, you know. I am the Burrito League Bozeman champion. So yeah, it's just, whenever I say that, it just makes people chuckle. Speaking of Burrito League champion, I saw they announced, because the winner of the OG segment down in Tempe, Arizona, had a free, both the male and female winner got a free entrance into this year's Cocodona. And I've noticed the male entrance has been doing a lot of training now for that. But that just made me think of, they announced that they're going to a lottery system now for Cocodona, just because there's so many people that put in for it. Like, it sells out. The last 2 years, it's sold out in the first couple days. I think the number is 250, I think, is all they're allowed to have. And so they had to institute a lottery system for it, which is crazy to have a lottery. That's just nuts. That's something to brag about somewhat. Well, I think it is. I mean, as a pro athlete, he ended up that job. And so he was gone for like 4 days, and I had no other competition. So I just was like, well, you know, there's no reason for me to go. And so we got done at 4, and he was like, get ready to leave. He was like, well, if you're leaving, then I guarantee you I'm going to win. And he did just, she's trying to convince me to go up the mountain. Oh, now she's back. Like the last few times she's trying to convince me to go up the mountain. Oh, now she's back. Like the last few times we've gone that way to do the big loop, which is about an extra mile and a half compared to just going back. I'm just gonna go back because I'm having tubby troubles. But it is so nice out here. Like, I could spend a couple hours just walking around. I don't even have to be running, just walking around. It's just so nice. What are you doing? Oh, of course we're gonna have network issues again. I don't know why. It's like the weirdest places, the little pockets where we have network issues out here. It's not where you think it would be. Because like right here, I have line of sight of at least 2 cell towers, of my cell towers. Yet, I'm having network instability. Yeah, some other places where we're at, then it's like where I have 0 line of sight on a cell tower. All of a sudden I have freaking signal. It's better than it used to be though. It is, yeah. It definitely is. I mean, I still have issues. Like if I was, like one of my favorite places to run is Mount Ascension, but it's still like on that backside. There is no signal. And even on the front side, where you're like a quarter mile from the cell tower, like you could see it just right there. It still has issues. Oh, tummy is not happy. I wish this trailhead had like a little pit toilet or something, but it doesn't. Gotta try and make it home. I don't even have my little portable toilet that I usually have in my van isn't set up right now because I didn't want it to freeze. And now that it's nicer out, I don't think I have to worry about that. But we'll still get some freezing temps here. It's gonna get cold again because we're not even to April yet. Almost, not quite. But even in April, you know, it's like I was talking about the other day, we joke about Montana. It's like, sometimes you have to find a tree. That is true. Problem is I did not repack my vest with anything. I don't feel like using pine needles because I had to let somebody borrow it yesterday when I was out here running because they didn't bring their own stuff. Oh man, the wildflowers are out. Oh, I can't see how good the signal is to show you guys. The very first ones that usually come out, these little, I don't know which kind of flowers you would call them, but these little pink little carpet mound flowers or whatever you want to call them. They're popping. They are popping, but yeah, Montana, April snow showers bring May flowers. That's really, April snow showers bring May showers, which bring June flowers is really how it goes. It is what it is. Oh, it's the same person. All the way down already?
Yeah, we meet again.
Yeah.
No, jump.
I guess that would make sense because it was on the exact opposite side of where we're at right now is where we met him. It just felt like it was further along. April's always rainy there. Yeah, it's snowing here usually. Although this year, who knows? The temps have been a lot warmer, which is why the snowpacks are so crap. We've been getting the precipitation. See, there's the little flowers right there. Starting to pop. But like a normal year, it is, whoa, why are we, what is going on with the gimbal? It's doing its thing where it wants to like lean one side or the other. It's in the pan and tilt mode, even though I don't have it on the pan and tilt mode. Whatever sense, I don't understand what my gimbal does half the time. It's like I'm looking at the mode. When you first turn it on, it's on pan and tilt. And then I changed the mode to be just on pan mode. It is on pan mode. I can see it right now, yet it's trying to do pan and tilt. Yeah, it's usually snowy, but as warm as it has been, I guarantee it'll probably, because I've seen the trend right now, and it's completely shifted from La Nina to El Nino pattern. And it's supposed to be a strong El Nino this next year, which typically means warmer temps here, even more warm. So we'll be, you know, the highs in the summertime here are usually in the 90s. I bet you this year it's going to be in the triples, because we usually get a few days in the triples. You know, like I think there's always like, I think it's like 20 days every year for this location is in triple digits, but usually it's like in the mid to high 90s is about as high as it gets. But if we have a strong El Nino, it's probably going to be bad wildfire season, because it's going to be hot without the snowpack, especially. That's what a lot of people, because like I said, we've been getting the moisture. We've been getting a lot of rain all winter, and so people always, it's like, oh, there's not much snowpack, so we're gonna have a worse wildfire season. That's not what causes our wildfire season. Actually, if we have less snowpack, that's actually good. Because our bad wildfire season is because it's really wet spring, which isn't snowpack, that's rain. We'll have like a really wet spring or just wet winter, and then the grass grows and gets really thick and tall, and then we get the hot temps and it all dries up. I guess it has nothing to do with the snowpack. All the snowpack it does is affects the stream levels and reservoir levels. That has nothing to do with the mountainsides and the hills out here and the grass. It's 100 and it's too hot, yeah. Well, if it's that hot here, I will definitely be doing my early morning runs, where I get out here by like 5 in the morning. Or, well, I try and get out here at sunrise, which middle of summertime is like 4:30 in the morning. And then sunsets at like 10 or later, just depends. It's crazy. $50, $60 at 5, so we're good there. It's just on the weekends. Well, for us, even if it's like triple digits in the daytime, usually mornings, well, even if it's just like 90 degrees, even in the morning at like 5 o'clock in the morning, it's already mid 70s usually. It never really gets too cold at night. Unless you get up at the higher elevations here. If you get up at the higher elevations, it'll drop. Like, you'll be down in the mid 30s. But like down here, because the ground just soaks up all that heat and then just retains it and slowly radiates it throughout the night. So then by morning time, it's only down into the mid 70s. Where at the higher elevations, there's less atmosphere. So that heat radiates off faster. Plus there's more trees, which helps keep the ground from getting so hot. And so and there's more wind up at the higher elevations, so you know, all that factored in blows off all that heat, radiating heat, and it just gets colder. Turned by 7, so it could be in the 80s by then. Yeah, by 9 it's 100. Yeah, that's how it was in DC in the summertime. It would be like, it was almost nicer to go in the middle of the day, even though I couldn't because I was working. Occasionally I could get like an hour at lunch to go for a run. But, you know, it'd be like 95, 100 degrees in the middle of the day, but the humidity would be down at like 60% versus in the morning, you'd go for a run and it's like 75, 80 degrees, but the humidity was at 90%, and it felt worse than, you know, the hotter part of the day. Most of the time when, like, I'd go for my runs when I was over in DC, you know, I'd have it timed just perfect, because I had my first meeting at like 7, is it either 7 or 7:30? I don't even remember when it was. I think it was 7. It might have been 7:30. But I would literally just like get back, because I just ran. It was usually 8 miles every morning. If I had a little more time, then I would run a little bit further. But I would just go from my house down to the National Mall area, so all the monuments and stuff in DC, and then come back. And my standard run is I just go to the Washington Monument, run around it, and then come back, and that was exactly 8 miles. But if I decided to go down to, like, say, the Lincoln, or go up to the Capitol building or whatever, that would add, you know, a few miles. But I would be like so sweaty and hot, like just dripping, and I would get back just in time to log on to my meeting, because I worked remote most of the time, and log on to my meeting while I, you know, cooled off and stopped sweating so much. And then after that meeting, I usually had about an hour, and then I could, you know, grab a quick shower and stuff. But there were sometimes I didn't have that time, and I'd be grabbing a shower, you know, later in the day. I'd have to sit there in my stink. And the person that cared was my dog, which wasn't this dog, that was my old Vizsla. And she didn't really care. She was just whatever. She just, you know, slept on the bed most of the time. But she knew when it was lunchtime, and she knew it when it was 5. I don't know how she knew. And typically I had a meeting at lunchtime too. But she was like, no, time for me to go outside and go to the bathroom. If I didn't have a meeting, then we could walk down to one of the parks that was nearby. So so she could point at squirrels. That was her favorite thing to do, was point at squirrels. And then at 5 o'clock, I always had a meeting last part of the day, and sometimes it would go past 5. It just lasts a little longer, but she always knew when it was 5. And she'd be like bugging me, because that's when everybody in our building went down to our dog park. And so she knew. She was like, it's time for me to go say hi to my friends. Let's go. Like, she'd be jumping up, looking at my TV or my monitor for my computer and being like, are you really in a meeting still? Or I'd be running like a query and I'd have to wait until it finished. Or I would just start one. That's usually when I would start them, because everybody would be on you get hard to do 4 dogs with it, yeah. I got bikes. Usually I'd have to start running my queries after 5, because then everybody would be off the system, and most of the stuff I was running it took a lot of bandwidth in order to do what I was doing. You're talking like thousands of terabytes of data that I'd be doing big queries on. And it wasn't just me, it was all the other data people too. Now, there were sometimes well, eventually towards the end, we had to go into the office. Originally, we couldn't go into the office. That's because it was right during COVID. And then because everybody was just doing so well working at home, it was like, we don't need you to come in. We were actually, most of us were actually more productive not going into the office, because, you know, that time spent traveling to the office and traveling to more productive. But hey, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, look at this. I know you had your nasty mouth on something dead, and now you're licking me. Yeah, that's nice. And what'd you do with your, god dang you. Hey, move. Oh, or just sit on it crazy like. Fucking weirdo. What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Let me fix it. Can I fix it? You're in the way. Move your foot. Move your feet. It's kind of fixed, I guess. But we did eventually have to go into the office today, but there was a few times my dog needed structure. And so I would go into the office just so that she would have a little more structure for the day. It was actually better for her. And then I could just hop on the actual system instead of VPNing in, which helped a lot too. Oh, tells people to remote in to supercomputers to do queries like that. Yeah. And that's what we had to do, was where like the system most people were, the front side of the system that most people were on, like we had to log into that, and then we had to VPN in to, you know, basically the supercomputer. But when we would do that, the front side of the system, because we're in that, would get bogged down of us peering into the second set of the system, if it makes any sense. And so if we were there in the office, then we were like we could just go straight into the system. But it is. And I had to go in there a few times anyways, just because we would be, I would have to be in a skiff for a lot of the stuff I was doing. So, and we had a skiff we had a skiff on my floor that I was able to get into. So I was required to go in a few times. But anyways, that's going to be it, everybody. We're going to get going. It is right at 4 miles. I'm gonna go home, see if I can get rid of whatever's in my tummy that died, and then shower, and then do some work on the computer. What do you think? She's like, yeah, I'm just ready to go back and sleep. That's all she wants. But, yeah. Okay. Bye, everyone. Love y'all. And I will see you guys maybe tonight, because we're going to have to go out and do something anyways. I'm probably going to go to the gym as well. But so we'll see. But yeah, thanks, everyone. Love y'all. Yep, have a good day, Raccoon.